Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that works. Nailed it. Yeah, nailed it.
That's my best Danny Elfman. That's the
We
best I could
nailed
do.
it, bro. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Movie Talks, everyone. I'm Wackaroni, and I'm here with a crazy new guest, like I always fucking like to do. But he's not a new guest, he's a great guest. I'm hanging out with Chakra Zoo, my fucking bro, my dude. How the fuck are you, Chakra?
I'm doing good, man.
That's fucking good. That makes me happy. What are we gonna talk about today?
We wanted to talk about Dick Tracy, the movie from 1990.
It was 1990? Hell yeah.
Believe so.
I'm excited. It's been
Yeah.
so long since I've seen that shit. You're gonna have to tell me like what happened because I watched it when I was like young and I haven't watched it in a long time.
Produced and directed by Warren Beatty. He starred in it. He played Dick Tracy.
There's like a ton of great people in this.
Yeah, you're going to hear me a lot throughout this talk dropping names because there's so many famous people in it. It's one of the most star-filled movies that I've ever seen. It's full of people. So you watched it a long time ago. What do you remember from it? Do you remember any of the story or anything?
I remember weird detective dude in a yellow hat and coat fighting mob style comic-y gangsters with like weird features. Like one of them had a flat head and one of them had like a weird nose or something.
Right,
That's
and
pretty
that's how
much
they
all I
were in the
remember.
comic. They were all the bad guys, all looked like monsters or they were all kind of messed up. And it was only the bad guys. None of the good guys or the cops or anything like that were altered. It was
Yeah, they all look
only
normal, right?
the mobsters. Yeah, which is kind of strange. And it's very Last Action Hero, similar to Batman. Like I said, Danny Elfman did the music, and there's parts of this movie that it sounds exactly like Batman. Different speed a little bit, but it's the same instruments, the same type of structure of music. Like it's the same as what you hear when they show the bat signal on Batman. It's like that's that same horn section orchestra type music. In the very beginning, it starts out with one mobster wanting to take out all of his competition and then run everything himself. Madonna's in it. She's the local club. She's a singer, and then she's also like a love interest of that mobster. And then they get kidnapped, and the one mobster signs over the deed on the club, and she becomes Al Pacino's girlfriend. And they drop the guy into a box full of concrete,
That
and then
sounds
drop
awesome.
that box into
Was
the water or into
was
the
it
ocean.
awesome or was it weird? Like what when you watched it this time? Was it awkward or was it like fun?
It was fun. William Forsythe plays Flat Top, he's a great looking like an enforcer. He's a lot of good scenes with some Tommy guns. There's a couple good scenes, some shooting scenes that are pretty good, some good car explosions. He's very similar to Batman, kind of the same. Like he can jump through a window down like 20 feet and not twist an ankle, or you know what I
That's
mean?
so cool. It's been so long since I've seen that shit. I don't remember. But, but one thing I do remember, like, that doesn't surprise me when you said, like, it's very Batman ish. Because, like, that's what was popular right then. And I remember seeing that very soon after I saw the other one. And I was like, these are very, very similar. And I just couldn't put my
Yeah.
finger on it. I was too young to fucking pay attention.
And the young boy in the film, they call him Kid. I think the actor's name is Charlie Korsmo, I guess. He's a pretty famous actor. He's been in a bunch of stuff when he was young like this. But
Korsmo?
yeah, Charlie Korsmo. He's a pickpocket, like a homeless kid or whatever, and Dick Tracy kind of finds him, takes him under his wing, and keeps him out of the orphanage, and Tracy and his girlfriend, they want to like adopt him and stuff, but Tracy keeps getting called away, on this case, and because there's something going on. He got Pacino, which he's totally doing the son of a woman kind of character, the whole hoo-ah, like the whole.
Is he like the grizzled fucking dude, the manager or something?
Al Pacino plays the crime boss taking over everything, and he wants to take out Dick Tracy, but he can't do it himself because the first person they're going to come looking for is him. So he's trying to get it done by somebody else. But then there's another, I don't know if it was a mobster or what, behind the scenes trying to frame Dick Tracy and Al Pacino. And we don't know who that person is till the very end.
So Al Pacino was not the bad guy from the beginning.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah.
Oh.
He's the one that
Spoilers.
killed off.
Spoilers.
And there's a great scene in the beginning where they're all sitting around a table and one of the mob guys stands up and says, "I'm out." And it's James Caan, and it's kind of neat seeing them two act together.
Yeah, so there is everybody. Like you said, there was a ton of people in this.
Right.
Like it's everybody. It's every good actor.
Like I don't think they've acted together like since Scarface or not Scarface, The Godfather.
That's
and then
cool.
Dustin Hoffman's in it. He plays a guy called Mumbles, and he's totally doing the Rain Man voice. The talk, the jibber jabber. That's how I knew it was Dustin Hoffman, because his face is all altered, with prosthetics and stuff. Like the voice.
They do a lot of. Isn't there a bunch of like weird prosthetics in there? Like
Everybody.
I love prosthetics. I love
Just
seeing when they fucking do weird makeup and shit. And it's been
and they all got their own color suits. You know what I mean? Like they all got their own separate color, everything, and even their cars are all different colors. To match
Yeah.
or whatever. It's look for the orange car or the blue car, or you know what I mean? Like it's like they stand out like a sore thumb. All the other
Dude.
cars are black or cop cars. You know what I mean? So it's kind of strange that they do that too. It's kind of like the Joker's cars. You know what I mean? Like if you want to look for bad guys, just look for the Joker's. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, it's very Batman-ish.
yeah. They take cues. And Dick Van Dyke plays a crooked. I think he's a mayor.
Beautiful.
And he gets killed, and they try to set up. Well, they do. They frame Tracy for it, and he ends up going to jail. So, it's really good. It's a fantastic movie.
So wait, what happens? You gotta round it out. You gotta tell us what happens. Like he goes to jail. What happens to him in jail?
The faceless. They call it the faceless man or something, because there's this guy with no face at all. It's just two holes where his nose is. Somehow he frames Tracy for the murder of the mayor. They take Tracy to jail. Then they're gonna transfer Tracy from the city jail to county jail or whatever. And the cops that are supposed to do it are his buddies, and they say it's gonna take like maybe a whole day to do this transfer or whatever. So then they round up all the cops, and then they do this big bust thing. But in the meantime, Tracy's girlfriend was kidnapped by the faceless man, and she was taken to the club and then tied up, and then so the faceless person was trying to set up Al Pacino for a kidnapping as well. So he was like, I did not kidnap her, as he's like running away with her like as a hostage and shit. And he's like tying her down on this.
That sounds amazing.
This big gear, like it's gonna crush her.
Dude, I gotta watch this shit again.
I didn't kidnap her. And he's like, you lay down there and you won't get hurt. He's like, as he's tying her down to this, like she's obviously gonna get hurt. Like, why are you playing along with Al Pacino? I don't know. It was such a silly,
yeah. Why would you play along with Al Pacino? Fucking, I saw a bug in here. That's why.
That's his whole. He does that whole character, the whole movie, and he's got like these big hunchback kind of shoulders, and he's on stage with Madonna and all these other girls, and he slaps Madonna in the face probably 5 times in this movie. I mean, smacks her, and then he smacks her ass, and he smacks all these other girls' asses that are dancing.
I'm laughing because I thought of pointy cone nipples. Madonna. Actually, that's the only reason I'm laughing. And also, if that dude, if Al Pacino was wearing cone nipples and he smacked Madonna, that's also hilarious.
Well, they're rehearsing or whatever for the club that he just acquired. He's out there like doing the dance number. Like they taught him the choreography of the dance, and he's out there like hoo ha ha, like he's like doing his hands in the air and like and he's like smacking these girls on the ass and like yelling at him and shit, and like and he's singing along as Madonna's trying to sing the song.
Which song is she singing?
I don't. All the songs in
of,
this that she sings are all just like original. I don't know any of them. I've never heard any of them.
Madonna songs or like
no, they were like made up for the movie. Yeah, they were like made up for the movie. I don't recognize any of them. But she did a very good job singing. She added a lot to the movie, and she's a big plot twist at the end with her. And Mandy Patinkin, you know the he is in it, and he's a piano player, and he does some shifty stuff too. But he gets his hand smashed by.
We can do spoilers. I think at this point in this, we can do spoilers. You can say whatever you want. Spoilers, everybody. Chakra, I want to hear what happens because it's been a while since I've seen it. Spoilers.
Okay. Well, if I talk about the end, that's probably going to be about the end of the.
That's fine.
At the end, it's revealed that the faceless man comes face to face with Tracy, and Tracy, like, walks toward him, and he puts his gun down for a second, then he raises it again, and then the kid runs in behind her and kind of trips her, and then Tracy, I don't know if it's Tracy, no, that she gets shot by Pacino, and then Tracy picks up fucking Pacino and does the Vader throwing the Emperor down the fucking hole, like it's the same thing.
Yeah, nice.
He picks him up and chucks him down this black hole, and then goes over to, and it pulls the mask off, and it's Madonna, which is weird.
Oh shit. I forgot
you think
about
she's
that.
kidnapped by Pacino, and it is not allowed out of his sight, but yet she's going over and like flirting with Tracy and kissing on him, and wants to testify, but she wants to date Tracy. It's like this whole weird love triangle thing going on, but it turns out she was the faceless man trying to set up the
that's great
crime guy.
I love
and
it.
I think she just wanted Tracy out of the way so she could take care of that guy.
Probably
something, or she wanted to take over the city or something. I don't know if she had plans of her own, but she ends up dying. Spoiler. They get the kid, and then it's like happily ever after. And then the kid ends up like going out on calls and stuff with Dick Tracy. There's one scene at the end where, yeah, the
kid. Hold on. The kid goes out with Dick Tracy. Like Dick Tracy's kid goes out with him like on a fucking ride along or something.
And he had to, before he could be what do I want to say, like a student detective or whatever, he had to pick a name. So he picked his name as Dick Tracy Jr. And he says, "Is that okay?" And it's like, oh, that's
that's
and
adorable.
Tracy gives him a watch just like what he has, one of the watches that you can talk into, kind of like a Mission Impossible type or a James Bond type watch.
Yeah.
Dick Tracy was known for that. There's a scene in there where the police chief answers the phone in the cars, but all these cars are like, I don't know, 1930s or 40s cars, and the phone he answers is like a stick, like a candle, whatever you call them, a candlestick phone or whatever. It's like, I don't know if they ever put those in
That's
cars.
peak technology, man. That's like the technology of the age. That's high tech, man. You get yourself a stick mic. You talk to the person and try to hear them on the eraser end of the stick, and it doesn't work, but it's still cool.
Dick Tracy's girlfriend, her mom is like I was telling you, it was the mom from Roseanne. She's in it as well. Now you don't see her in a lot of films, you know what I mean? It was kind of neat to see her in this, and I guess Catherine O'Hara was in it too, but I don't know where she was in the movie. Like, there's so many people, and Kathy Bates is in it.
That's a lot of fucking famous people.
Yeah, Paul Sorvino was in the very beginning. He was Lips. He was like sucking down these oysters. It was so gross. Like, he just one after another. And then they kept bringing out these plates, and he's all fat. And it's like, oh man.
Yeah, you want some oysters? Oh, I got a bunch of. Ooh, I love a bunch. Oh, the whole big plate of oysters. Oysters.
But that's about it. That's about all there is of Dick Tracy. It's a great kind of a whodunit. Not really whodunit. You know who's doing it, but there's like, you don't know what's going on there. You don't know what their motives are, or why they're doing what they're doing.
Would it have been better if Madonna had, or if it wasn't Madonna, like if she wasn't the one pulling the strings? Would it have been better if it was one of the weird mobster guys? Like if they had been the big bad thing?
I don't know how else they could have done it without her. I don't know who else it could be, because the people you see all kinds of people, but the people like you mostly see on screen are there's just a little handful of them. You know what I mean? Like it's that everyone's got their own silly voice. They're all talking gangstery, and the makeup's really good on some of these guys. I mean, they like don't necessarily try to make them look totally different. They just try to like augment or bring out what their faces already looks like. You know what I mean? Like you kind of tell who it is. You know what I mean? But it's like, okay.
I totally want to watch it again. It sounds fun. There's
a fight scene in the beginning where Tracy's chasing the kid because he pickpockets a watch, and he chases the kid, and the kid runs into this little shanty shack, and it's kind of like it looks like Sim City, kind of like where you're looking down at the building or whatever. It's like a weird shot, and
nice.
And the kid goes in and gives this guy that he was, this other homeless, not a homeless guy, but a bum or whatever. He gives him the watch so that the guy will feed him, and then the guy just knocks the kid down. And then Tracy, I mean, he hits the kid pretty freaking hard. Like the kid goes flying. Like I don't know how they got away with that. That kid had to feel it because he got knocked across that fucking room.
Movie magic, people. 80s movie magic.
Then Tracy comes in and he says something like I don't know, not pick on someone your own, something cheesy like that. And he's beating the piss out of this guy, but they show it outside, and the shack is kind of leaning when you first see it, but them fighting, it's going back and forth like leaning left, leaning right, leaning. It's like a freaking cartoon, like a Bugs Bunny cartoon or something. It was like all this fighting going on, like this ruckus
like
inside.
Like, isn't that the way you should do it? If you're gonna do like this cartoonish, comic-y, Dick Tracy, goofy villain shit, isn't that the way you should do it? Just like make it super comic booky.
It's very like when Last Action Hero, when they were in the movie, it's like that. It's like everything is shot like it's not real. It's like a different type of reality. Like this is like a different type of universe.
That's cool. Would you recommend it to everybody or anybody specifically? Like, who would you recommend this movie to?
Anybody that likes like the first Batman, and like I said, Last Action Hero, or something where you got to accept it for what it is. It's a movie based on an old ancient comic series, and they do their best to stay faithful to it. You know what I mean? Some people might not like the makeup and stuff, because I didn't like it when I was a kid. I hated how the henchmen looked, but now going back and I accept it for what it is. It's a much more enjoyable movie. The music's great.
Hell yeah.
Everybody it has a good look to it. There's a couple parts where there's a green screen. The girl looks back at the camera, his girlfriend, and like the city skyline behind her is a green screen, and you can tell it's really bad. But I mean, this is an old movie, and that was early, technology back then, so I can't fault them too much.
Are there any like standout actors or actors that you think didn't do as well in this one?
I think there should have been more of William Forsythe as Flat Top. There's a little bit of him, but not enough. I don't know. It was pretty good. I mean, Dustin Hoffman, he only had a couple little scenes where he's getting interrogated and stuff. It was mostly Warren Beatty and Pacino, like throughout the whole movie. And maybe a little bit of Glenn Headley, his girlfriend there, Tess. She's in it quite a bit too. So you would think the bigger names would get a lot more screen time. They don't really. I mean, Pacino does, but he's kind of a goofball. He'll kind of get on your nerves, and all the slapping going on.
That seems like it might be a writing thing. Like that's what that's his script. Like
I don't know if he slaps around people in the comic or not. I just know in this movie he was very
very slappy,
very slap happy. Yeah, and that dance scene that is cringy. That if you can get past that, the rest of the movie is pretty good. And like I said, there's a whole piano scene where Mandy Patinkin and Madonna are doing like a duet.
It's
together.
Pronounced Patinkin.
Patinkin. It's amazing that he can sing that good. I had no idea. Like him and Madonna sound fantastic.
Really?
At that. Yeah, it's really good.
I gotta watch that shit again. I bet you didn't even want to watch it again.
Oh, I did, because I looked at the cast and I was like, I don't remember any of these people in that movie. So I wanted to watch it again because it's been so long.
It's like
it was
12
I still missed them.
Oscar-winning actors in the same movie.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think it had to have been a friendship thing with Warren Beatty. Like he's been in Hollywood forever, and like
probably.
And a lot of these guys were like getting back together, like Pacino and James Caan and Dustin Hoffman, like, and I mean, and Dick Van Dyke. I mean, oh my God, can you imagine the going to the craft services table and all these guys are like standing around or whatever, like they all got their acting trailers or whatever. Like
that was like back in the day. Like none of them knew who each other was or how big they were gonna be.
No, they're
all pretty fucking big.
They all had their own stuff. I mean, they were all pretty well known even back then, because most of these are actors that did like mob movies and stuff in the 70s and stuff. So it's like they all had, you know, history, and it was great. They all played off each other good. Nobody was trying to grandstand over another. Pacino, he was just over the top. He's such a creepy looking dude. He's got this weird chin, and his hair is real greasy, and he's got these. He looks like Larry King. He's got suspenders, and the suspenders like cut into his shoulders, kind of like how Larry King's does. You know, like yeah, he's very Larry King. I never noticed that. Out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 7.
7 out of 10, says Chakra. I haven't seen it in many years, so I'll give it a 2.5 AD out of 3000 BC, but BFC future.
And anybody that has an opinion or want to talk about it, like let me know. Like, you know, leave a message or something.
Yeah, dude.
Tell us what your thought is about Dick Tracy.
I was gonna get there, but you did it because you're great. Leave a comment, that way we know how you guys are feeling and thinking about all this shit. Chakra Zoo, you're an amazing fucking guest and an amazing friend. Thank you for fucking chilling with me, dude.
Yeah, man, anytime. It was fun.
It's great to hear about Dick Tracy, because I really want to watch it again. I had no idea when I sent it to you, it's been like 10 to 15 years since I've seen that movie. And I assume it's still very corny and weird, but apparently there's a lot of great fucking talent there, and I want to watch it again. Anyway.
Yeah, I think you'd like it, for sure.
Yeah,
anybody.
Dude. God, I probably would. Everybody check out Chakra Zoo's channel, link in description. Amazing fucking dude. Good dude. Check out his streams and all the shit he does. Fucking, it's good.
Thanks, man.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah, that was
You
perfect.
can speed that up or slow it down or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you do.
Do anything.
Add a
Perfect.
fucking
Nailed
goddamn
it.
trumpet or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever Danny Elfman does.
Fucking nailed it.